Yeah.
There we go. Sorry, you might say that again.
Oh yeah, you want to say
technical difficulty.
Episode 94 with Jimmy Lewis and Chad Farran.
You going further down? That's what, yeah. Yeah. We could take this band, show its face up and try its hand. Would it slow fall down? That from all this gloom, we walk all up through another room. Pictures on the wall, and there's a phone in the hall that's waiting
Well, hell yeah! Welcome to the show. I'm your host, MikeRuggirello, and we've got fucking Jimmy Lewis and Chad Farran from Superunloader here. Hell yeah! I'm so excited. I can't believe it.
You just can't hide it.
I peed my pants a little bit on that last song. It's NAMM week, everybody. A lot of our friends and family and industry are all up at Anaheim, but yeah, we're bringing it to you. We got Jimmy and Chad here, entertaining you for a whole hour. Great segments, a lot of things happening. Jason Thomas, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I feel like I've done some drugs. I'm hyped out on my mind right now. That last riff, man.
I'm very excited to be here. Yes. With these gentlemen tonight.
I am too. It's a little warm in here. It's like here's another cheesy pun for you. It's 3,000 degrees to the wood.
Yeah.
I gotta take my hoodie off.
Is that a cheesy pun that nobody gets?
Nobody.
Not yet. But after this episode, 94, Mr. Lewis, everyone's gonna know what the hell
Well,
that
94 is when we put that out, so.
means. You know, there's always some numerology affecting this show. There really is. It's really cool. On
Science.
episode 91,
Science!
that was the first show of 2019. Little flippy flip. Episode 91. I know, isn't that crazy? So in 1994 is when 3,000 degrees of
No,
that's
actually, I
last
think that
song.
came out in 95.
Okay, well, still.
That was number 2.
No, that was on the
2002.
first one.
3,000?
No. Oh, I thought you were talking about the last song we just played.
Well, the last song we played was
Farther
probably
down.
what you were talking
And
about.
I keep hitting my headstock on this wood here.
Do you? Why don't you come a little bit more forward?
Well, I'm scared of you.
Get a little
Are you?
closer. Don't be shy.
Yeah, it gets a little warm in here.
Yeah.
Anyways,
How you been, Mike?
I'm good. I'm sitting here just relaxing, chilling.
Happy New Year.
Well, thank you, Chad. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for flying in from Brazil to just do this gig.
For this, yeah. Going back tomorrow.
I
And then
figured,
flying back tomorrow night.
I was gonna say.
man, all those red-eye flights from this guy. He must be a little tired. Jimmy,
Can we plug our gig like 10, 15
you
times? here?
plug
do it, yeah.
plug Superunloader at
Superunloader,
Winston's tomorrow night.
yeah.
All you want.
With Dark Alley Dogs. I think the doors open at 9:30, and Dark Alley Dogs go on, I think, right at 9:30? Or is it 10? I don't know. I think we go on at 11. But anyway, they've got an hour set, then we go on. So
Rad.
come down to Winston's, check it out.
How about that poster they made?
Yeah,
believe that.
Dustin Hole, better known as Brain or Brainchild, is an amazing artist, and if you haven't seen the poster,
There's a
for it.
cool poster for
Yeah,
Todd.
this guy. He actually did the covers to 2 of our albums, Goes Number 2 and Live and Unfashionable.
He did Fashionable?
Yeah, he did that one too.
Is that a made-up word or is fashionable a word?
No, I misspelled it.
You miss. Ah,
Printed 1,000 copies wrong with the wrong spelling. That was before spell check.
It's all better though. I think it's better.
Yeah.
Because
better
people
that
like
way.
Mike think, is that a made-up word? Or
It's like no regrets. Yeah.
No regrets.
No regrets.
like none, maybe at all.
No regrets.
Yeah, right.
Is that that tattoo you
one.
got on your back?
That's great. So, you've been playing a lot lately. You're doing mostly acoustics.
Been playing a lot of acoustic things.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about the show tomorrow night because I don't get to play electric that much anymore.
And this is really convenient because you guys both get a little warm up. I mean, I know you
true.
guys are rehearsing. Are you guys going to do a little rehearsal
Are we
with
gonna
McGreal?
rehearse? We're going to try to rehearse.
Is he flying tomorrow? Or?
Flying in tonight.
Sounds
Flying
familiar.
tonight. Okay.
Wow. So, are you guys going to even bother rehearsing before?
Yeah.
the-
Oh yeah. We're gonna hope to rehearse all
Do a
afternoon.
little lunchtime.
through.
I believe Chad took the day off.
Our rehearsals end up being like, run through a couple songs. We got this.
Yeah.
And then we never played the songs that we actually rehearsed.
That's not
All
true.
those bass players have that
happens.
kind of attitude. You know, he.
No, I'm talking about him.
No,
Oh,
it's
him.
me. Yeah, it's
Oh.
definitely me. Anything that goes wrong is me.
Ah.
And I don't say that as them blaming me. It's true.
See what's going on here on Theory
That's
Thursday.
what's
You
fun
got
about the
to.
band. We don't stick to the set list.
Yeah.
Makes it exciting.
That is
Is
exciting.
that what's fun about the band?
Yeah. Put a lot of work into the set list.
One day we'll play it. That's true.
Makes it more fun. Never know what's going to happen at a Superunloader show.
It's good. That's how you do
Bras thrown on the stage.
Fusebox and Superunloader
Tidy
should do more
whities.
gigs then.
it. Tidy whities.
We're
Always proud.
we're a fan of that
Yeah.
that idea.
How about that gig we did at Spreckles?
Spreckles.
Didn't you guys set that up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you didn't have a voice.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
That we had the
sick as
horns.
hell.
You guys had the horns.
We had the whole horn section.
Yeah.
And the whole
It
horn
was a
section. I
spoken
couldn't-
word set.
Yeah.
I couldn't sing any notes, right? I was thrown up backstage.
Were you really?
Yeah.
You know what's cool about
Yeah.
that set or that show? I learned how to stretch guitar strings from the Wise Monkey guitar player. Who was that blonde-haired guy with the played the Strat? Was that Mark?
Marty?
Marty? Marty.
Marty Schwartz?
Marty Schwartz. He's quite an online
No.
teacher.
Marty wasn't playing
Wasn't
guitar then. That was a different blonde-haired guitar player that played a black Strat. But anyways,
Davey.
That's exactly.
Blonde, fair skin.
Funny how I wish I could remember that guitar player, but he taught me how to, when you put the 6 strings on, to take a rag or a shirt or a condom wrapper, and you do this, you do that whole. He kind of like went crick, 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 and then
Why
put
do
the
you need a
G string
rag?
on.
So you don't get
Well,
Can I get
well,
finger jizz on it?
Yeah, I guess with fingers, if you go too fast, the metal can kind of slice the finger.
It's like a slap chop.
Yeah,
You know, one of those things.
the slap.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's.
Actually,
This guy over here has some toxic finger jizz, right?
it's a
Ooh.
I
acidic.
destroy strings, and,
Yeah,
and
his
I'll play your
sweat
guitar one time,
really-
it'll be destroyed. You have new strings on there, it'll be wasted the next night.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I needed a
Acidic.
little Jimmy Funk on that Paul.
Well, you're getting it. I'm sure you're gonna be changing these tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually when who called us to check in and to see what we were doing again? Jesse Davis.
Oh, Jesse,
That's
again.
probably what we're gonna send him for his Patreon
It's not Jesse
prize.
Ed Davis, is it? From Taj Mahal band?
You know, it might be. Does he live in Northern California?
I don't know.
So anyhow, that's what he's gonna get. We have a Patreon account with people to support the show. Hello, Patreon viewers. We love you. How are you? Talking about you right now.
I thought he was
I'm
gonna.
cluing Chad Farran in on like some of the dynamics of what goes on around here. Jesse Davis is one of our newest Patreons, and so the Patreons, the patrons,
They get your phone number?
they get my phone number. they yes, precisely.
Awesome.
And Jimmy's strings off this Paul. We're gonna send those to Davey or just
Jesse.
Davey.
Jesse
I can't
Davis.
even do my goddamn job right. So what's going on besides the blue shoes, man? You got blue suede shoes on, Jimmy.
I think those are turquoise myself,
teal?
but they're a little dirty, so maybe they're blue now.
I like them. It reminds me of Run DMC a little bit.
They were
That would be
Adidas,
Adidas,
man.
dude.
They're all about Adidas. This
My
Pumas.
Puma.
Yeah. So yeah, I've always been. a
Still
Puma
reminds me
man.
of Run DMC.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I know.
Fine with that.
You could be wrong. It's fine.
Just been playing the acoustic shows. Chad's been, well, he's been out of the country, but before that, you did a show, I think, before you left, didn't you?
You played.
you?
No, you. Yeah, you did do a show before you
Yeah, you
left.
did.
Who'd you play with? You sat in with.
Well, no, it was
Israel.
you and
Israel?
Hector. Oh, not Hector. Israel and I can't remember who else. Maybe Davey.
The Israel band? Puente?
Puente.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You did. Yeah, you played at on Adams, right? Was that the guy?
The Rosie O'Grady's?
Rosie O'Grady's.
Yeah, we
Rosie
just did that
O'Grady.
the other night.
Oh, that
Yeah.
wasn't. That was before you. I mean, after you got back. Okay.
So that was the night after he got home.
Gotcha.
We're very concerned with Chad's schedule. It's cool. You're a busy guy. It's probably gonna be, you know, aside from talking about his Hooli gigs, we're gonna interject and talk about.
Like
Well,
on that
Hooli's
show?
Hooli is
What?
a venue out by where your house is.
Oh. Isn't Hooli like a fake company on that Silicon Valley show?
Oh, they're
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I like that show. It's a
Hooli.
great show. Good one.
But no.
Oh.
You play a place called Hooli's?
It's over in the Grossmont.
There's
Mall
one at
there,
Grossmont Center, and then
But
there's
I
one
play the
in
one in
Rancho.
Rancho San Diego more probably. But yeah, in fact, I'm playing there after Saturday night.
I've been
A
trying
lot
to
of
get on one of
places.
those gigs.
Do you do any
Come down,
Superunloader
it'd be
acoustic
great.
songs?
And Chris. Yeah, because a lot of people at the Rancho San Diego gig are. There's Mike Mitrovich, who has been a longtime Superunloader fan. He lives out there. He brings a whole posse in there, and so
nice.
he's turned them on to a lot of Superunloader. And so I do, yeah. And that's one of the few places where I will play Superunloader songs because at downtown and stuff, they don't care to hear that.
Hard crowd downtown.
They want to
Yeah.
hear mostly covers and.
I don't actually. They'd probably rather not hear anything.
Yeah.
That's
I
usually
agree
what I
with
was
that.
gonna think. Is
You just sit there and
Like,
look
why
cool.
am I here?
Yeah, I might get this after every 8th song.
You don't deserve that, Jimmy. That's bullshit. I would rather you come over here and play music with me and we'll hang out and be
Yeah, but
friends.
They pay.
I'll pay you to come hang out with me.
I'll pay
All right, you know
my
what I do?
friend.
When I don't have any money, I'm like, Jason, I'll text Jason, like, can you Venmo me like $30? Jimmy's coming over. And like, he always sends it.
Yeah, but I never get it. Just rat it on yourself.
Yeah, I totally ratted on myself. I'm feeling a pee coming on. Jason, what's going on? How's the weather doing, man?
Let's keep talking. It's been
don't
a little
know.
cold lately, but you know.
Hella cold.
Yeah.
Trying to give you the-
surprisingly cold.
After
'Cause
Brazil.
it looks good. It looks like it's going to be warm, and then you walk outside and it's
Yeah, like yesterday it was cold, right?
yeah, and it was sunny, but it was cold. Yeah, we're complaining here in California. I know
Yeah.
people back east.
I know,
We feel
this
for you with your weather that you have. You know.
You know,
dig it.
speaking of all these locations, write in the comments. Let us know where you're coming from. I want to know. Chad, Jimmy, Jason, and Dave, we all want to know because
I don't want to know.
Who are these people?
these are all future friends and viewers, and I like to know because I read the comments later this evening and all throughout the weekend, and I like to spend time and reach out to you and say, hey, how are you? What's up? Thanks for talking about hair products with and Jimmy Lewis and all these things. I really care about where you're tuning in from, though. Is it Brazil? Is it Delaware or Connecticut? Or could it be Cambodia? I need to know because I want new friends. I want to reach out and talk to you about all the good things that we got. In the descriptions of all of these videos we make, you're going to hear Jimmy play guitar. You're going to hear me play guitar. You got the Mood Zeus kit. If you are inquiring about some of these things that make us sound so well, they're in the description. Do some shopping. Go to Amazon, baby. Yeah, man. So now that we're affiliates of Amazon, you get to hear those segments where I push us a little bit, and that's how I'm going to start keeping the lights on around here.
Click on
Yeah,
those links.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
All
click
those
the links. It always helps us.
You don't have to pay extra. It's the same price.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Well,
You're just
speaking
helping
of-
us out. You know the deal, right?
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But you know what's really cool, and I'm proud of this. A little later, after everyone goes home and goes to sleep, I'm going to go on the YouTube description because I'm going to put, what album of Sale would you like me to promote for you guys? The last
The
album?
last one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all the stuff's on Spotify. I don't know. For sales kind of. Isn't it?
Well, I mean, people are going to
For
hear these
listen.
songs
For listen.
and they're going to be like,
Check out the new album. We're pretty stoked.
Go
on
back, check the whole history.
I'm kind of like here, go on iTunes and buy the gun.
Do you have
Yeah.
Bad Mood Zeus on there even?
Oh, you got Bad News Is?
I don't think so.
No.
Bad Mood Zeus was their predecessor band before Superunloader.
Let's check.
I remember in 1995 working at Chaos Snowboards. I used to, believe it or not, I had a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Had a few of these. In fact, I've had 29 of them.
He's had many.
Been fired from 24, 25. So anyhow, one of these jobs, I used to go to this job, make snowboards, right? And guess what they played all day?
BMZ.
Yep.
Really?
It was rad. And that's how I learned about you guys at that job.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And that was in '95.
In 95, yeah.
That's the year we put out the Superunloader first album. So they hadn't caught up to Superunloader
Backlogged.
yet. We did a really bad job of letting people know that Bad Mood Zeus was now
It
Superunloader.
just name change.
That's a
That was
tough
It was
year.
a crusher.
We did have an interim name,
Yeah, Mandrake Root.
Oh yeah.
Mandrake Root, which is
We'd switch back Superunloader one week, Bad Mood Zeus the next week, Mandrake Root, back to Superunloader.
remember how we got the name Mandrake Root?
Well, we both had the same band called. I had a band in the '80s called Mandrake Root, and then it just so happened Chad was in a cover band called Mandrake Root.
Since we've heard that phrase, I think about 12 times, would you mind saying the band name a little slower? Is it-
Mandrake Root.
Okay, I thought I was hearing Drake. Mandrake Root. That makes me want to go pee even more. What does that mean?
What is that?
A Mandrake Root is I got it from a Deep Purple song.
Herb, I think.
It's a root.
It's on brand.
and it's used in I think it's used in occult practice and stuff because it looks like a little man and
Yeah.
but
Oh,
that's-
wow.
that's
So it's
what's
more of
on
a
it.
witchy
Yeah.
context. I like it.
But I just knew it from the Deep Purple song. I don't know where they got it from because it was probably
Arturian
Yeah, it had nothing
lore.
to do with it probably, huh?
Interesting.
Mandrake from
Mandrake Root.
King Arthur.
I think I have to say I saw Bad Mood Zeus at Monty's Den. I
Monty's.
believe it was '92,
Holy shit,
and
Dave.
there was like 5 people there, and my jaws dropped, going,
I remember.
"Who
that
are
day.
these guys?"
You know, if
I remember
And
Monty's
I went
Den,
to the CD release for Bad Mood Zeus at the
Improv. Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Great
I go
band.
way back, way back.
Yeah, you
I
do.
think we all
Dude,
do.
if when going to shows
Showing
was
your
invented,
age.
you were probably the second guy. You know what I
Probably,
mean?
I'm that old.
That's so cool. See, like we're sharing a moment right now where none of us knew that.
I'm sure that you probably know more of my shows than I do, as far as from that period at least.
Recorded.
Well, on that note, what else we got on deck here?
Should we do another tune?
Let's do another.
All right.
Yeah, man.
do this little ballady. This is a real stadium rocker here.
So we're tuned in standard, all you guitar players out. This is a good D, C, and G-er. Grab them guitars.
This is very old man ripoff. Neil Young.
White-hearted words, a whisper promise in your ears. They soak my head and then externalize in tears. And it took a magic hand to sand the smooth from a rough. And I might have tried too hard, or maybe not enough. I sawed off my leg and now I use it for a crutch. And I stretch until I'm sore, but it seems it's too close to touch. And if it's me you feel, then look into my eyes. It got so lonely there, underneath some heat to rise. Don't know how dying there seem better than to run. And my day has just begun. Black-hearted words, screams of regret refill my ears. Soak my head and then externalize. And it took a magic hand to save the smooth from rough. And I might have tried too hard, or maybe not enough. I sawed off my leg and now I'll use it for a crutch. And I stretch until I'm sore, but it seems it's too close to touch.
Yeah. That was me. Rad song.
Good soloing.
Thanks. Another Superunloader song for you. What was the name of that song, Chad?
Too close to touch.
More wine.
All right, more wine. It's funny because I just heard something I never even recognize the words.
Which ones?
Externalize any tears. What do you?
You've never known these lyrics?
No.
Soak my head and then externalize in tears.
What? Externalize
In tears.
in tears.
Yeah.
Okay, this time you said any tears. Externalize any tears.
Oh, no.
No?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I said.
Do you sing or do any backups in
it's-
Super?
Yes, he does.
I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
you do it before.
Rarely. There's a couple songs.
He should do more.
Sometimes-
He's really good. It's hard to get him to. Sometimes he tries to, like, not even set the mic up, you know? And I
It's
gotta
hard
say,
to
"Come on,
It's
Chad."
hard to sing harmony.
You do
My
great.
voice is just like.
No, you did a good job, and
I'm like,
it's gotten better in the last 10 years.
Do you
than it
guys
ever was
want-
before.
Is that one of those times where I interrupt the guest again?
For a little bit.
Damn it, sorry.
I'm the customer?
I get a little excited. I forget that you're speaking and there's sentences
fine,
coming out of your
man.
mouth. Yeah. Say I did it again. Actually say something.
What's the...
Anyhow, that's like my biggest problem being a host is doing that. And
What's the secret of comedy?
we've heard
Timing.
Pause.
that's a famous Jimmy Lewis joke. by the way. In this room.
I made that one up.
But in this room, that's like a specific thing.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, no, it's good. In fact, all of you viewers out there that are fans of Jimmy Lewis, this is, I think, his 4th time on the show, and we were lucky enough that he was episode number 5. Yeah, man, you were one of the first
Wow.
people
Yeah.
to pop these
And you're up to
cherries that we pop here.
94? That's crazy.
Well, you know, you search Jimmy Lewis and Theory Thursday, it's, you know what I mean? It's almost
You're
as
like, what is this, 5th time?
yeah.
4 of them.
No, I think you've been on like 6, right?
No, I think it's been
No?
4.
That's
Because you got the Davey, the double with you and Davey. So I guess
the
4th.
Davy double,
Yeah, I think
everybody.
I did 2 by myself and then 1 with Davey and then
Oh, this
now
one. Okay. For some reason.
Really like the songwriting, Jimmy.
Why, thank you.
I think this would be a great segment for, well, those has nothing to do. Oh, see how I got lick of the day, lick of the week. Why don't we just do lick of the week real quick?
How about
Okay,
a
what's
look
that?
at the weekday?
Well, you're here, and some of the ferocious go-to licks, because we have viewers out there that play guitar, and they like, we typically like to tune standard, and we have people hanging out, and they want to learn something to chew on for a week.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be extraordinarily complicated, but it should be something that Jimmy Lewis does at every gig. You know, maybe one of these. Something, not that, that sounded terrible. But, you know, what's one of my Jimmy isms? I hear that one, but maybe a little, what you got, man? Get
Well, how about the one you just liked, which is kind of a Jeff Beck thing?
Cool. Can we take that out of warp speed and show our viewers how that goes? Like, and what would be the good chord to support that? A D chord?
E, maybe. Well, it's basically it's the beginning of Lead Boots, right?
Nice.
But I'll always go to that, you know, within the pentatonic in the second form. I'll throw that in there.
Oh, that's how you do that. So, and what? Did you do that A minor penta? Anyone here?
No, it's just the second form of the A, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh!
that's something else too. I can't.
Can I hear it over the A minor?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Of the E.
And then, oh, you said E.
Oh.
Yeah.
But watch it. So there's their C, and then, so that's where it's Mixolydian. I really like that lick, everybody. Great lick. The notes are, Jimmy, what are we got? A, we got G sharp, and then that's an E and a D. And do you have a particular phrase? Because we do have a good 2 or 3, maybe 6 people that really care about what we're talking about. Would you mind just giving a little bit more to them?
Another lick?
No, not another lick. Just show them how you would play it.
I wouldn't play it in the proper way, probably, because I can get more control of it. Because when I do that kind of jet-backy stuff, I like to get a lot of vibrato on it. So I'd, if I was proper thing in the second form, you'd be like that.
Look at the dexterity on Mr. Lewis here, everybody.
But
That's so rare. You do that group of fingers is a great thing to practice, everybody. That's how most of Tom, Dick, and Harry will do it. But do it again, please. Very successful segment there.
How would you use that, like, if we're in a groove and?
Great. Very, very
That's
cool.
one of the things you need to do when you're playing with Jimmy is end the solo. Somehow get out of the solo.
sooner than later.
It's funny that you say that. I'm biased, of course, but Davey chimed in on I think one of your posts.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
About his quintessential Superunloader arrangement. That was really funny.
What, my solos are not in there? We're taking.
No, I think it was. You did a post.
It was pretty funny.
You're all, sometimes I do drum solos or I have a little
Right.
drum break.
And then what did Davey say?
Davey's
It's like 30-minute guitar solo,
Yeah.
30-minute guitar solo
And then,
again,
like-
and then 10 seconds of drum.
And then a
fill,
verse.
No bass solo, and then this is what he said.
yeah,
No,
and then I
no,
ended up with like Jimmy on the.
another hour and
the
15
floor.
minutes.
On the floor.
Yeah, falls off the stage.
Pretty funny.
I've probably done that, yeah.
Your name gets mentioned quite a bit in here. I haven't seen you in about a year, and thank you for coming back.
It's been that long.
It has
Yeah,
actually
wow.
been that long.
Well, if you haven't seen you since last year,
Yeah.
I don't think it's been a year since I've seen you, though, is it?
Just under. The last time you were here was
The
on my
last time he
birthday.
was here, but we saw him play though, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah, we ran
Yeah,
into
the rabbit hole?
Rabbit hole.
Yeah.
a
Oh,
couple
that's right.
times.
That's right. That's right. The duck wings are so good there.
Is that right? I haven't had those.
Have you eaten there?
I've eaten there, yeah, but I haven't had
Pretty good
duck
food.
wings. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people don't.
Lapine.
What do you order
Rabbit.
when you're at the rabbit hole?
I
you
don't
had
like
it?
to eat
No.
and play
Rabbit,
don't like to eat and
rabbit
play?
sliders?
No.
because I
Yeah.
start burping. I gotta sing so much, so I got stomach issues.
Do you?
So I
Duck
gotta
wings are good.
try not to eat at least a half an hour before I play or
pretty-
swim.
Yeah, you do long gigs there. You're a twilighter. I think that's a 6 to 9 p.m. gig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 hours. Yeah.
That's a lot of songs. You take a break?
Yeah, I take breaks.
Go pee.
Are you still
go
rocking
pee.
the loop pedal?
No, it
No?
broke down.
Yeah.
Really?
I was borrowing that from, again, Mike Mitrovich. He's probably watching that right now. I go, yeah, you son. Mike, it just stopped working.
Were you just stepping on it a whole bunch and like the functions just stopped
You'd
working?
think metal like that wouldn't, completely fold. But no, it didn't do that. It just stopped working.
Huh.
And somebody told me that you can get them, take them into the shop and they'll recalibrate them or something like that.
You can just
And they
reboot
get
it,
something
too.
to happen. Reboot
Hook
it.
it
yeah,
up
yeah.
to your computer and just reboot it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well,
It comes
okay.
with a USB cable. It's the Ditto one, right?
So, Mike,
Yeah.
all you got to do is hook up your computer and reboot it.
Reboot.
Oh, did you give it back to
He's
Mike?
probably already done that. I give it back to him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's always good to
Probably
give
all the-
something back to somebody broken.
Probably
And I
couldn't
think that
handle
happened with Chad's first looper, too. Let me check this out and mess with it. I swear I didn't do anything to that, and I give it back to you. It doesn't work.
It's his chi. Well, it's overloaded with the Jimmy
It
rig.
doesn't work.
What looper did you get?
Is that your
That's
impression
you.
of me?
Yeah.
You bought a looper pedal, Chad?
I have the Jam Man.
Oh, that, yeah.
The
blue one?
the
The
blue
small
one
one,
by
the little-
Digitech.
It's the two.
The big one or the...
It's got the two pedals on it.
Okay, the two, yeah. That one's not bad.
I
That
like-
was a long time ago, though. I mean,
Yeah.
this might be a different one.
Yeah, it might be because this one works.
Yeah. Because I haven't used it.
So what's going on tomorrow night, dudes?
At Winston's?
Yeah.
It's our annual show.
Well, almost. I'd say about 3 times a year, right?
Is there any drink specials? Is there a Superunloader drink special?
Oh, they used to
So
have
they used to do that stuff, huh?
Sandy had a drink called the Superunloader.
Sandy.
Even knows that Sandy will be there, but...
Sandy doesn't work there anymore, huh?
What?
No, no.
No.
What?
Yes, she does.
She
What? I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, yeah, she works there still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
passed.
I don't know about the drink specials, but
But they're all special.
And every drink
Every drink's
special in its
special.
own way.
Speaking of drinks, this is unintentional. We don't really have a beer segment, but we're just going to let you know what we're drinking because I want to know what you're drinking. I'm having the AleSmith Tony Gwynn 394. Jimmy Lewis, what are you having? What does that say?
Whatever you gave me. Devil's Right
The
Hand.
Devil's Right Hand. Who's that made by?
Fall.
I think Chad Farran's
Yeah.
slurping down the same thing. Dave, what are you
good.
drinking?
it's good.
394.
That's
Pretty
right,
can.
baby. I think all of us like the. Oh, you're drinking a Modern Times over there, Jason. This is great. See, we're all
Modern
most of
Times.
us have different beers. We want to know what you're
Clean
drinking,
and toasty.
Cindy,
even though if it's water with lemon or hot chocolate or chicken noodle soup in your little coffee cup. Am I the only guy that likes to drink soup in a coffee cup?
Yes.
Really? Have you noticed that? Kind of a weird subject here. I do a lot of grocery shopping at Sprouts.
I have noticed you do that.
Weird, right? I see him hiding, and he peeks. He's like, "Oh, Mike's doing his grocery shopping." And he's there. He's like,
No,
"That's
you haven't
fucking
seen
Jimmy
me.
Lewis right there." Well, there's
You
a
haven't
guy.
seen me in a year. Oh, this is a year ago.
Can't even freaking. So anyhow, cup and a cake, like 2 girls in 1 cup.
Cake and
Different,
a cup.
different thing. I know, right?
What are you?
Cup and a cake. Cup and a cake. Cake and a cup.
Cake and a cup.
Cake and a cup.
Oh, you're saying you like that? Pour milk on it?
Yeah, you put a little. You get a coffee cup. You put some very condensed, crazy chocolate stuff in there, and it's, dude, you shouldn't eat it, but it tastes so good. And you put a little milk in there. You put it in the microwave for a minute. You stir it up, and it just starts to emulsify. Did I use that
The
word?
lava cake.
Yeah.
Sounds
Cup.
like that.
Yeah.
And you eat it, and it's like a soft brick. Like, I don't know. It's like, imagine what that does to your intestines. Like, if that's hard to eat, it feels like a fucking. It feels like a sock in your mouth, but it tastes real good. It tastes really
Chocolate
good.
sock in your
A
mouth.
chocolate sock in your mouth. And as I'm eating it, I was like, holy shit, this is, it's going through the intestinal tract. I'm like, oh
You
my
feel it.
God,
You just feel it
yeah.
moving through.
Yeah, actually you don't. You feel like it's stuck. And so that's the cake segment. But I'm still supporting the idea that I like to drink and eat things out of a coffee cup. So coffee cups are very important fixtures around here. What's going on? We getting.
Getting feedback here.
How you doing, Frankie? Doing good, brother. How's the weed? Right on.
And I heard that coughing. I'm like, I thought it was you. Well, man, he coughs really quiet.
Yeah, between, we got 7 cameras or so on the show. Between a random, that's driving me crazy. What is that?
Drives me crazy.
That's the new GoPro 7. We got a wider shot on Jason Lawrence over here, but that thing chirps like a freaking.
No, we've never used
Boyd.
this camera before.
That's
The
the,
battery
new one.
is
That's the
dead.
7.
That's why.
It won't work without that.
Yeah, see, you know what's kind of funny is that Dave he'll send a text over at like noon or 1 on Thursdays. He's like, hey, go turn the lights on, charge the cameras. So I got to come in here and almost like pre-charge these, you know, it used to be this one. It like, well, you know, we're hanging out, it starts chirping, and then I get a little anxious when that happens.
Sorry, Jason.
That's all right.
Yeah. Oh, he took your camera away?
That's the camera, yeah.
That's the camera. We'll give it a
It
second.
might
to
pop
charge.
back up.
Turn it on.
So I got a
Jason's
movie
still
quote.
here.
I am still here. Well, yeah.
Movie quote.
Okay.
They fuck you in the drive-through.
Yeah, that's a terrible movie.
It is not a terrible
Lethal
movie.
Weapon 2, 3.
It's Lethal Weapon 2.
Is it 2? God. First one was
Oh,
great,
yeah,
dude.
Pesci.
I like Joe Pesci. I like that whole franchise, to be honest with you. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'd say watch it again.
All
All those movies you see
that's
again.
coming through.
Hey, man, I'll take Lethal Weapon over Passion for the Christ, or Passion of the Christ.
I passion for
So,
it.
another segment. We're about 50 minutes in. We're going to give the crowd some more. Yeah, you know what? Let's watch Jimmy Lewis play guitar. You mind doing, if you don't mind, man, I think it's a good idea. Why don't we capture Jimmy doing, like, how he performs doing your solo gigs?
Oh, just do a song.
And you know what? We changed the license on our show, which is called a Creative Commons license.
So we won't get
And-
kicked off
And we don't get
because-
kicked off anymore. We don't
Oh,
get
good. So
cited
I can
anymore.
do a
Yeah.
cover song.
Well, they kicked
Yeah.
us off because they thought we were actually using the Led Zeppelin music because he was so close to
Oh, Chad, you would
Immigrant
have
Song.
You would have laughed, Chad.
Really?
Yeah, we got booted off YouTube because
They thought it was actually.
they thought it was
So
Led
it is-
Zeppelin. It like tracked, and
It's like 96% accurate
Yeah.
to the
Wow.
algorithm.
It does
Yeah,
that.
they graded you.
That's funny.
I'm not lying.
We need to do another super
Leaded,
unleaded
yeah.
show.
Well, I guess since we're talking about Zeppelin, I'll do the little bit of the Rain song, which
Ooh. In
when I
standard,
learned this when I was a kid, I didn't know anything about open tunings or any kind of other tunings. Than
you're
standard
using
tuning.
the verb tonight. Great job.
I had it on a bit, yeah.
You did.
So I learned this in standard, which was really hard, and when I found out how to play it in open G or open E, it's like completely easy, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway. More verb.
It's the springtime of my loving, the second season that I am to know. You are the sunlight in my growing, so little warm that I felt before. Ain't so hard to feel me glowing. I watched the fire that grew so low.
I know that's wrong.
No, it's not. Beautiful. Jimmy,
The proper one to have on that though is, let's see.
you gonna tap it? Let's hear it again. Do another
not
verb.
going.
Do another pass. Do another pass. Like that.
That's what he has.
Yeah.
That is sensational. Thank you for doing that.
No
That
problem.
really, really makes me feel good hearing you play that. And you're, I'm not really, I'm not one to compliment people. I'm just kidding. You know, your skills on that, Jimmy. That watching your fingers do the work, and not to mention, that is in a very different tuning, ladies and gentlemen. And watching Mr. Lewis here transpose that in standard, that's really magical. I'm gonna give him the wizard applause.
Wizard sleeve.
Wizard sleeve. Now that was really something, man. Really,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thanks.
And you play it like that at your gigs.
I do, yeah, on acoustic.
That must fucking make people, bring them joy, and they're like, their food gets cold because
Yeah,
they
I
stopped
get-
eating.
I get 2 claps for that.
Are you serious?
No, it depends on where I'm playing.
Yeah.
Some people really dig it. Yeah.
I love the self-deprecative, like 2 claps. Like,
No, that's how it is at some
That's-
places.
really?
You know? Yeah. I mean, those are the gigs that me and other solo acoustic guys call soul killers. But you're doing it for the money, you know?
oh, you know, San Diego's probably a tough city to gig in. You know, I mean, there's work. It's a big city, but it's a sleepy, conservative, military town where it's not. I wouldn't say it's industryless because according to Bart Mendoza, in the last 3 or 4 years, San Diego's got quite a healthy music industry.
Well, you
And-
know. Yeah,
but it's
no.
because of guys like you. I would like to see Jason and I, you know, maybe have a little bit to do with that. But our job now is to. We get to have them on and talk about and exploit you guys more. Let the city and the world and the, you know, the people know about what you're doing here. Like, wow, we're gonna go to San Diego and vacation. You never know. We'll catch a Jimmy Lewis gig at Hooley's. We're gonna go see Chad. And, you know, right? Give him, you know, I don't.
You're giving exposure to the up and comers too.
That's right. Well, yeah. You know, we
Not just the old fuddy duddy, rough dried ain't never bands.
That's just us.
you know, out of 94 episodes, we've had a variety of musicians come in here, like in their 20s and 30s, and
Teens.
we've had some teens too. Yeah. So we try to cover all the gamuts here.
Little teeners.
Teens.
Little teener here.
Stovepipe.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So speaking of little teeners, next segment is jokes.
No jokes.
No jokes? I got a joke for you.
It's probably not a joke.
Why the guitar player grab an Ebo?
Yeah, like I said. It's not a joke.
Why did a guitar player grab the Ebo? To practice his scale on one string. Would you like to try the Ebo, Jimmy?
See,
Not a joke.
what I say,
that's
dude,
true.
it's not a joke.
So you sound like me now. You gotta put this side around this way.
That's what it is.
Did I just helped you take a piss right there.
Is it on?
See, he broke it already.
Okay, great.
That's fantastic.
What string, G or D? Hold it.
So
That was
who's
fun.
really good with this and plays fretless guitar too is my friend Mike Watson, who plays the Ebo with the fretless.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Has he been on the show?
He won't let him on.
Well, see, that's the joke segment right
That's
there.
better. Yeah, that's a better one.
I actually had plans to have you and watch this. Watch this. All right. So I have had plans to have Mike Watson on. In fact, I think this episode was supposed to be you and Mike Watson. And what was that? Speaking of Mike Watson, because that sounds like the place you're going to visit here. You're going to Cambodia. What's it called?
Anchor Watson.
Anchor Watson. Different subject, of course. It's just the way my mind works.
Mike is truly probably one of the best guitarists.
You know,
San Diego, no doubt.
And let's talk about him a little bit. What rock band was he in?
He was in Daddy Longlegs, in the 80s and early 90s, Schmaltz. He's played with a lot of people. And it's just, when the thing we do is the acoustic thing. We haven't done it in a while.
It's still the Watson Lewis.
TV's Watson and Lewis.
TV's Watson and Lewis.
Well, yeah, I gotta give him a call. I think talk to him.
I have
months,
fantasies of playing like at least 2 songs with you two and replicating the Paco de Lucia Di Meola McLaughlin.
Did it all 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little fantasy of mine. Be like, I can't wait to get good enough to play with Mike Watson and Jimmy Lewis, and then I'll go to Winston's and I'll have my little acoustic and I'll be able to go. What is it, Jimmy? God damn it.
It's hard to do on this thing.
Yeah. Anyway, so I
But
mean,
Mike does that with his little fingers.
he does that with his fingers. That is,
Much more concise than I am, too.
yeah, because all the McLaughlin and, if my memory serves me correct, you got Paco doing the rhythms, and then you got McLaughlin, or do they all 3?
They all do the rhythms, they all solo.
And they all do
Yeah.
the solos.
Yeah.
Okay. I think my G's a little flat.
Check your G string.
Last time I checked my G string, it had a natural brown stripe.
Brown Power Ranger.
I like brown Power Rangers. You only know about, you know how I learned about the brown Power Ranger? When little children get the Power Ranger underwear, there's red, blue, green.
Yellow.
There's 4 of them, yellow. But after a little kid wears it, there's a brown
There's a
Power
brown one
Ranger.
that show up.
I thought that was a funny joke. Give me
That's
my
a joke.
No?
Did you grow up with Power Rangers?
I did. I had a child once.
Oh, so did you grow up, I don't know what era that comes from.
That was way after.
That was like a 94, 95 thing, right? Is that when Power Rangers? I don't know. Yeah, Power Rangers, man. It's not like we're talking about Smurfs, you know what I mean? You remember Papa Smurf?
No, Smurfs might have been before my time, I don't remember them. I know
car-
what they are, but.
What cartoon do you remember, Jimmy?
Oh, boy.
Scooby.
Remember Scooby-Doo?
Zoinks!
All the classics.
Tom and Jerry.
Steve Anderson showed me this. Don't look back, right?
I don't know that part.
The Scooby snack, that's a fact.
Go!
And it's just like D. All right, if I'm good. God darn it. Anyhow, man. You know, for a guitar teacher, I fucking stink. You know what I mean? Back to you, ladies and gentlemen. Where are you from? Huh? Where are you from? We gave you a guitar lesson. I wanted to know what you were drinking, where you're from. Are you playing guitar? I'm pretty demanding on this show.
You're
But,
fine.
you know-
if you play cards right, you can get a Skype lesson from Mr. Ruggirello, though.
We were successful in that, by the way. You know what? Our YouTube channel is climbing and soaring. I've been doing a lot of marketing and advertising on Facebook, and you know what? Due to all the work, in the last 27 days, we've gotten 37 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So we're at 188 subscribers. You got to help us get to 1,000 so we can start getting paid. It's going to be a long walk, but we're going to get there. I'm pretty excited about it, Jimmy. You know, the YouTube thing, the affiliate marketing, you know. Yeah, man.
Sky's the limit.
Money, money, money. Money. Anyhow, the sky is the limit. I aside from fantasizing jamming my acoustic guitar with Mike Watson and Jimmy Lewis, I also think about some of those people that make thousands of dollars on YouTube every month. Man, can you imagine that? Imagine them just getting like
Or more.
a $2,500 check every month. I can imagine that.
I can only imagine it.
Speaking of, go to the descriptions. You can do some shopping.
Yeah, man.
You like that?
Claim me
The
that whiskey,
Amazon
would you?
link.
You like that? Hey,
where's
speaking
that
of
bottle?
whiskey, it's a little warm in here. We're getting down to the tail end of this segment here, gentlemen. What's going on tomorrow night?
We're playing at Winston's in Ocean Beach. Superunloader, first show in many a moon. Opening up Dark Alley Dogs. It's a North County band.
You will die like dogs.
What movie's that?
Does he have a plethora?
Three Amigos.
Oh,
What songs are we going to play tomorrow night, Jim?
Little gentleman.
all the favorites.
Such as
3,000 Degrees to the Wood.
Ooh,
Maybe we'll even play that tonight.
that's one of my
Yeah.
favorite songs. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm a little scared of those fast songs.
what are some of your favorite songs?
Superunloader?
Yeah,
You pass that to
That
Chad.
can change on any given night.
depends on the night.
Yeah, and then when it's over, I'll go, man, that was my favorite song we did that night.
Yeah, that was. You
We
just
don't do
did a
that one.
Squire line right there.
Did you know, being a bass player, that I just read this book about this guy that did all the bass work on the Doors first. Well, he wasn't on the first album, but
It's a piece, the Morrison Hotel, and
not Morrison Hotel.
Right.
The second album, which is Strange Days, Waiting for the Sun, and Soft Parade. Doug Luban is his name, and he wound up. They asked him to join the Doors in the beginning, and he said, I don't know, because he had this other band that he was playing in, and then they decided, well, we'll just use him for studio. So he finally quit and went, I think, to New York or something, because he was sick of watching these guys show up in Corvettes, and he's still getting studio wages and everything.
Wow.
Made a mistake. But anyway, he wound up playing for Billy Squire later, and he was the bass player after that, the album with Lonely as the Night.
Oh,
all the other
after.
ones, yeah. But it's amazing, all the people that, I mean, it's just a different time back then in the 60s, and there was probably a much thinner pool of musicians, so they, it's like the people that he wound up hooking up with and playing with is just amazing. So he moved to New York, and he was living across the street from Miles Davis, who was rehearsing across the street, so he just kick his feet up every evening,
Listen to
drink some
Miles.
scotch and listen to Miles jamming out. People walk by, who's playing in there,
Wow. That's
And, I can't remember. I think that was on the Corner album that they were rehearsing in there at the time. But and then he winds up meeting Dylan down there, and they wind up. Dylan comes over for breakfast for a year. Just crazy stuff, crazy time.
and you learned that by like reading
the book.
Reading the book. Is that what documentary?
it's a book.
Book,
Oh, it's a book.
bookumentary.
A bookumentary.
It was a Christmas present.
Cool.
So, yeah, interesting. Didn't know if you knew about him, Doug
Yeah,
Luban,
it
because
sounds
I
familiar.
sure didn't.
Yeah.
I knew they had different bass players on their stuff. Most all their albums, except the first one, it has bass all over it, but
I thought it was Ray played all the bass lines.
live, yeah.
Live, you would do it on that bass pad, that little
Yeah.
Rhodes, just bottom
Celeste
key.
or whatever that
Yeah, it
thing
had
is.
like a fucking,
But yeah, they
octave
had.
key.
If you listen to the albums, there's bass and good bass.
And
on
good
it.
bass,
So
yeah.
really
Like I
good
said,
lines and everything.
Morrison Hotel, I think, is my favorite one with the bass lines because they have that Peace Frog and real tight.
Yeah, yeah. But he's not the one on that.
And he's
one.
not on that one.
But interesting book, especially him talking about in the early days, Morrison picking him up in a beat up VW, to go to the studio and everything, and his band, and he was in a band. Well, he was in a band with Billy Cobham for a little bit, and they asked him to join Mahavishnu New Orchestra, and he said no because he just was too shit scared to play with those guys. He said, I'm not on their level. I can't do this. So they got Rick Laird instead, but because Billy Cobham played with him in another band, So. Crazy.
Good bass trivia.
It's a very
Little
fascinating.
bass
trivia.
trivia for you.
Like
Anyway, the
that.
book is by a guy named Doug Luban. I think it's called something like "My Time with the Doors and Other Stories." And I read it in one day. It's really super
Small, like a
full of
memoir.
pictures. Yeah, memoir type of thing. So
My kind of book.
interesting
you
book.
see, I don't know. It doesn't have pictures, does it?
It has a lot of them.
Okay, then. it's
Jimmy's quite the
sure.
reader, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a reader.
I gather that. Yeah.
Very well read. A lot of Stephen King.
So Chad, I wanted to talk to you a little bit. There's Brazil. There's your favorite guitar player. There's your favorite drummer. Summarize. That's what I do. I just put them on the fucking spot.
Yeah, Brazil was amazing.
I want to hear it too.
Brazil is cool because music is such an integral part of their culture. Like
Like
They-
food.
food and music. It's like, most people are, they don't work much down there, depending on where you are, especially in the northern parts where it's hot and people just party and eat and play lots of music. So as a musician and especially a drummer, it's always really exciting to go down there And
They got
see-
those polyrhythms in their blood, huh?
Yeah, they just play and they just sing, and you go to parties and everyone knows all the words and everyone sings, and it's like it's
Wow.
so different than here where, like
Everybody's
yeah,
uptight.
people they don't express themselves like they do down there. So it's always a real treat to go down there. So yeah, I had a good time down there.
And you were down there for quite a while, a couple weeks.
Spent a month.
You were down there for a
Yeah,
month. That's nice.
Did like a little family time, and then went to Rio, went hang gliding, jumped off a cliff with a stranger.
Wow.
That was interesting.
How high? Like a good 500 feet with the
Oh my
with the
God.
glider.
Right off the Jesus.
Yeah,
Right.
close to it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually one of the. They told me it's the best place in the world to hang glide because of the way it's set up and the wind, and you kind of come down and land on the beach. And
Whoa.
recommend it. It's amazing.
Was landing kind of
No.
a little like, oh my God, I'm coming in fast.
Yeah, you come in fast. It was funny that there was a guy because on the beach there you're allowed to sell stuff on the beach like food, and there's guys that sell barbecued cheese and make drinks and
I'm sorry,
Barbecued cheese.
barbecued
Yeah.
cheese.
Yeah, they have these little barbecues they carry in their hands, and they have this. It's like I don't know what kind of cheese.
Skewers.
It's like skewered cheese, and then they kind of heat the coals up by spinning the thing around, and then they serve it to you right there on the beach.
Dude,
It's amazing.
That's what I always want in
that sounds great, Jason.
90 to 100 degree weather when I'm sitting on the beach. Just some
Just some
super hot
cheese.
cheese.
Hot
And a
cheese,
cold beer.
preferably with some
But as we
sand.
were coming in for a landing, the hang gliding guy, one of the cheese, or not a cheese guy, but an ice cream guy was walking across the sand, and the hang glider guy was like, "Shh, watch this." And he's like, and right at the last minute, he's like, "Ah!" And he's like, "Ah!" And he almost like took out the ice cream guy on the beach. So
Took the ice cream off him.
that was pretty fun.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, back from Brazil.
Favorite drummer?
Favorite drummer? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Depends on.
The genre.
Yeah, depends on the
You know,
genre.
what were you admiring last? Could be
Nail down one.
fusion, pop, freaking country. I don't care. Like who's somebody like that guy's good?
Wow.
And then
I've
you
been
went.
listening to a lot of Wilco lately, and
Ooh.
Jeff Tweedy, and his
Ooh.
son is actually playing with some of his solo stuff, and that guy.
I'm a Nels Klein fan, so
Yeah,
I'm
Nels
with you.
Klein, like the album Star Wars or whatever, like incredible.
There's an
guitar.
album called Star Wars by
Yeah.
Nels Klein.
No, by Wilco.
By Wilco.
But Nels is on.
I gotcha. I'm
I
gonna.
think that's what it's called, and it's incredible. The tone, I would say, yeah. Currently, one of my favorite guitar players is him, and the stuff he's doing with.
Hey,
Wilco,
two
yeah.
birds on one stone
Yeah,
on that
it's
explanation
pretty
there.
cool.
I don't know if I can nail down a drummer.
So next time I come over to your house, whenever that may be, put that record on for me.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
Did you nail down a drummer?
I was just thinking of that.
And
I mean,
then-
I can't nail down any favorites of anything. Like, that's all depends on the time when you're listening to it. But I guess the more apropos question is what have you been listening to lately? What
Currently,
drummer are you into lately or whatever?
You know, I like that word apropos, and I like how he used it. That basically is like a word describing a segue or being more poignant to like the question, like refining the question. It's not so like, what's your favorite drummer? And then there's always a rebuttal. Well, I don't know. I'm a musician. I listen to a lot of styles. So the more apropos question is like, well, what are you listening to? I like that. I learned a
can
new
have it.
word. Can I have it, Jimmy?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
I have it, Jimmy?
It's in the dictionary.
The dictionary. How do you spell it, Jason? Sounds like a French word.
Apropos.
Apropos.
I bet you it is French.
If you could write, if you don't mind, you lovely viewers out
AP.
there, write in the comments on how to spell apropos.
Well, they
Jim-
got spell check.
Yeah. Jimmy Lewis and Chad Farran from Superunloader, everybody. What a treat. Bringing you these fine gentlemen, 2/3 of Superunloader. That's right, you heard it, Superunloader. Check it out on YouTube. Just write Superunloader. You're going to see the whole lots of stuff there.
Or Winston's
Right?
tomorrow.
And at Winston's tomorrow, so everybody watching the show here in San Diego, meet me down there. If you get to see me, buy me a drink. Because I'm gonna, they don't put me on the guest list. I got to pay the $12 to get in, and
You
after
gotta
that,
ask.
I don't
You
have
gotta
any. Can I get on the guest list? Can I?
No.
Last time
don't do it.
last time I helped you bring your kid in, I think that
Chad doesn't have a kid.
no, a kit. He's like, take
yeah.
this bass drum, go. I'm like,
I think you got to get creative with the guest list thing because people are like, "Hey, dude, can you put me on the guest list?" I'm like, "I haven't talked to you."
No, that's my favorite.
The
more
I've been
apropos-
talking
What?
2 years.
It's
Dude,
gotta
how you
be-
doing? Guest list?
It's got to be like my friend, actually my ex-wife, she like wrote me today and she was like, "Hey, so I wanted," so how she did it. It's classic Brazilian.
You know she's watching this.
Ilana, how you doing? She was, hey, I wanted to know what time do you think it will sell out tonight? Because I have to wait till my kid goes to sleep before I can come down there, and I want to make sure I can get in. So let me know what time you think will sell out so I can make sure I get a ticket. And I was,
That was a little.
and I was like, wow, I mean, I don't think it will sell
won't sell
out.
out.
And she's like, oh, it'll definitely sell out. I'm like, well, you know what? I'll put you on the list, and you know.
Thanks, bye.
I just thought, I don't know, I don't know if she was asking you to put on the list, but just the way,
She's asking you to put on the list.
she probably, that's what I'm thinking. That was a very clever way to be put on the list. So.
What do you think the more apropos question would have been?
It's gonna just burn out.
Yeah.
Wait, can you put me on the list?
All right. You know, before I say goodbye and let Jason Thomas give his
Can't, the
kisses
camera's
Oh
goodbye.
yeah, it's back on
Oh.
for a second.
It is.
But do it real
Do I
quick.
got to do your job?
No, I got it.
Do it real
Go ahead.
quick.
I want to send some big, beautiful super love to my boys, Jimmy and Chad, for coming in here. I know I can speak for the three of us. We love you guys. We really do. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
It's been fun.
Right on.
It's just shut off.
Hearing you with P90s.
How we can go this
Yeah.
way?
Man, if I were a girl.
We'll go that.
It's
that
not a thing of the past. I mean, it's not a thing. Of
back
the
on
past. It's
now.
not a
Okay.
something I'm not used to playing on. I mean,
I know. I get very statistical about silly things.
what do you think of me playing? What kind of pickups do you think of me playing on? What
You're a
kind of guitar?
humbucker guy. The 335 that he plays is
Well, I had
humbuckers.
these. The old SG I had was a 71 SG, and
Keeps going out.
they were not P90s, and they
That's
were
fine.
not the regular
Right.
humbucker that are in the SGs. And when I played at the Bacchanal, this is how far back we're going here.
Wow.
This guy, remember that guy that not so nice sound man, the English guy, and he was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he saw my guitar and he flipped out. He said, "What the fuck? All these pickups? I've never seen these." And he brought in all these people, and it was. So it was a 71. It was after the ones that you want to get that have that Brazilian wood that they stopped making them out of. That and Townsend stopped playing them, but. They were some kind of some hybrid between the humbuckers and the P90s or something like that. I don't know. But
It's a deluxe. It's a smaller
Is that what they
humbucker.
were?
It was a smaller humbucker, right?
it was.
Yeah. That's
Little-
called.
But it was.
Those
they
are called
didn't-
mini
didn't have the
buckers.
soap bar things, but it had. I mean, it was. I don't know. It was very similar, but except it had the frame around them.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
mean,
actually. Yeah.
I know the guy that still has the guitar, but anyway,
Tell that guy to send me a picture of it.
Nick the Greek, Nick Melos,
Shit. Jason.
Nick
Shit.
Melos.
What?
Next week. Shit.
I'll figure it out. We'll get it.
I don't have my phone.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching again. Always like to thank both of you for coming in. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
I mean, holy smokes.
Oh, yeah.
But also,
kill that hump.
go to our website, TheoryThursday.com. We have some stuff for sale. If you want to shop on Amazon, if you're going to do it, just click that Amazon link, and help us out. We can help us do that. Also, help us out to become one of our patrons. Obviously, you'll get some extra love from us when you do that. Also, like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We really need it. And thanks, Dave, SWR Video Productions.
Dave,
Mr.
Dave,
Cthulhu
the
and
man.
Chief.
Yeah, Dave.
And have fun, everybody. Stay safe. All of our friends at NAMM, stay safe. And it's back to you. Let's go.
How perfect is it to have these fucking guys in here during
great.
NAMM week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Adios, amigos. Are we gonna play out?
Wait.
Yeah.
Speaking of, wait, watch this. Let me watch this. Oh. Fuck.
You're trying to do Happy Trails,
That's
or
what
I
you're
don't
trying
want
to
to,
do.
Three Amigos song.
or
Oh.
yeah.
On the trail.
One more, Chad.
That was it. I don't know the words.
That's good. That was
It's a
good.
Great song.
Thank you for
though.
your support on that. I was like,
I
that
forgot
was
about
beautiful.
that. One of my favorites.
Three Amigos.
I can't fucking remember
That
who's next
song.
week.
Martin Short.
Oh.
That's what I
Yeah.
was saying. Oh shit about.
I
I usually
figured it
announce
was
next
almost-
week's lesson.
The ink drops too. Like I
Dave,
don't
who's
want
coming on
to-
next week?
It's Jimmy, and then it's not Johnny Tarr, is it?
Ariel.
It's Ariel Levine.
Ariel.
Ariel Levine.
Ariel, baby, we'll see you
Ariel.
next week, man.
I'm gonna take this one through.
3,000. Wait, what's that
Degrees.
movie called? 3,000 something to Graceland?
Death Race 3000.
Yeah.
Is that
Please under the sea.
3,000 miles to Graceland?
Oh shit, baby!
Song is from the